pull the plug on this year?
Well, it was really about the eligibility thing. I didn't really understand what was the the steps to take. So in my mindset, I had to play, and because I didn't think I had another year, and playing on my right ACL, I mean, it was nothing. I just put myself in that mindset and let my team know, like, I'm here, and if I can go, I'm gonna go.
What play did it? Well, when did you do it? Do you remember the specific play action?
It was just like a kind of like a reach block, and I foot slipped in the turf, and just friction, and it's kind of just one of those unfortunate injuries, just almost a non-contact injury. So it was I kind of knew right then, but I tried to just play through it.
When you apply for that waiver, what's that process like? Like, do you hear anything through like the months that you're waiting for it, or do they give you any sort of feedback?
There's little feedback, but that's why there was a lot of just anxiety. There was a lot of gray area. I just didn't know, and I never been through that situation before. I kind of leaned on, Caleb Kelly just being in here. Curtis Lofton, I talked to Coach Venables, and that's just different outlooks and different perspectives of how I should take my situation based on who they know I am and based on what my options are. So it's kind of hard a lot just because I'm not doing and I do have to wait. But again, just with Coach Smitty, just staying ready, making sure my weight is right, making sure I stay active and make sure I stay in the training room 2 and 3 times a day. So I mean, just with the guys around and everybody around this program, just to help me out and just keep me, level-headed and keep me straight on to what I need to do is probably kind of keep me straight.
Do you ever look back down just the journey you've had here at Oklahoma has been pretty incredible with the different things that have come up and how you've been able to overcome it. You're able to look back and just reflect on how this journey's been?
I do a lot. I mean, that's why practice, like Coach, he tells me, like, I'm a relentless practice player, and that's why it shows on the field. I'm always thinking about that because I'm like, unfortunately, I've had 2 injuries, and who would have thought it'd be me? I mean, I'm very big on my taking care of my body and stuff. So just I would have never thought, but that's all about preparation. You got things that you can do and you can't do now. So just adapting and making it work for yourself. It's unfortunate, but I come out here every day, even if it's coaching the younger guys, and just being relentless because I know I would want to be coached like that to get the best outcome of my potential.
How is the new feeling right now?
It's great. The training staff and the coaching staff is just taking it slow with me just because just being a starter and being a guy to be counted on throughout. You don't want to make a small mistake being spring ball. Not to say the spring ball is not important, but having had those reps and having those spring ball reps it's not it's more of a liability when it just becomes a risk for the team, for the defense, for myself, my personal situation too. So they kind of taking it slow, but it feels great. Like I'm in great shape. I'm great, just ready.
When do you hope to be 100%?
It's still up in the air. I've reached my 6-month mark, so pretty much I'll get cleared to do certain stuff, or pretty much cleared everything, but again, it's just going slow. So
does it help at all that you've been through it before? It was your other knee, I believe, but does it help at all that you've been through the rehab?
It does help, just with little milestones. Like I kind of know where I'm at. This time, the last time I just didn't know what I didn't know, and it was just kind of like it was walking into it. But now, just having like a something to rely on, just being my right one. And I've had different setbacks with my left one, that I didn't have with my right one. And it's just different, just having that mindset is like things will go wrong, but let's find a solution for it. So.
How much are you able to do right now? I mean, we saw you kind of shadowing some plays during drills.
Just pretty much the drills, just shadowing, kind of like a walk-through, run-through pace, getting my body moving and just staying cautious, no like sudden cuts, no, even I can, but just being cautious again, just taking those step by step.
How did you get better last year?
Can you explain that for Alan?
Like, by being out, how did it maybe help you?
Just putting myself in the situations of the guys who were playing, just being in those situations and, creating, competitive depth with, knowing and having those guys get those reps. So putting myself like as if I was going to go back out and that like I know as a vet, I would help them. I know information, and I've been in so many situations on the football field to where I can help those guys out, so where they don't have to run into those, hard practices or hard days where things are not clicking for them and stuff like that. So I was able to be, a coach and a player, and the respect of my teammates. They know that what I put on the field is striving for excellence.
How hard is it to hold yourself back?
It's very hard, just being so athletic, being so anxious and hyped up for football. I love football. It's hard, watching my teammates, make plays that I know I make, and I'm happy for them. But in the moment, there's a lot of you want production for yourself. You want to reach those goals and stuff. So it's very hard, holding myself back. But I just got to look at it's a bigger picture, and I know, just born, the injury last year, I would have probably made a big dent in the NFL draft. So just, keeping that same process and, picking up any, things that I left behind, any mistakes that I had, just trying to correct them right now while I'm not in it. And just the mental part of football is probably 80% of, the battle. So just making sure my mental is right, making sure, I stay physically ready and I won't have any problems.
What goals do you necessarily have this year, especially after you get back to 100%? What really do you want to accomplish this year?
I feel like I'll be a real candidate for Jim Thorpe. I know, with my guy Billy, just being with him. I feel like personally, of course, I might be a little biased, but just looking at stats, I feel like he should have won it. And going into fall camp, we talk, me and him talk every day. It was honestly, the Jim Thorpe's gonna come out this room somehow, some way. Unfortunately, he got clipped, but you see what's the production coming out of the room. So Jim Thorpe, I want 5 personal goals. I want to lead the team in picks, be a top 5 tackler on the team, and just strive for a national championship, conference championship, win 10 games. And we won 10 games last year, but get better, 11 games, 12 games, and go into the playoffs and be one to reckon with.
You still working at Cheetah, or are you focused a little bit more on the safety?
So I'm doing everything. Pretty much all safety positions, and still Cheetah, but predominantly Cheetah. Just creating more, we're just creating more competitive depth at Cheetah. Just coaches relying on me to, help the guys out, help younger guys like Sammy, Desan, still playing a little bit Cheetah, Dolby. We're getting some of the younger guys in, they're looking good, just getting football savvy, just working things out. But a lot of young guys are, showing up and, making plays. So.
Have you thought about what it's going to be like when you get back on the field this fall?
I know I'll have some, hiccups, but I know just my competitive nature is not going to allow me to, keep losing. We got hell of a receiver group, and I'm waiting to go at them just because I know it's going to make them better. I know it's going to make me better, and just as a competitor, they brought in for production, and I'm brought in to stop their production. That's just my job, and I feel like, just being a competitor is going to make us better as a team. Just me being a leader, guys like Billy, receivers Deion Burks, and the new guys, Jay Gibb, came on to the season. We got guys, BT, he's, doing well. He had a deep ball today, looked great. Just our team is coming together, and it feels good, making us confident all around.
I think you mentioned a few minutes ago that you had a few little setbacks in this recovery. What was that like?
Just getting up out. I feel like it was more in the earlier stages. Just getting up out the bed. Making sure. I used to always tell myself somebody's counting on me. I got to get up. Whether that be my teammates, whether that be my mom in North Carolina. Just somebody's counting on me. So I got to get up. Me laying in the bed is not going to give me no better, and it's not going to get me closer to where I want to be. So just making sure that was kind of what pushed me. Just my family, my motivation, and my motivation for myself to have success in playing football again.
What's it been like getting to work with Zach Alley?
Great. A great guy. I actually love Coach Alley. He's a good, very players coach. He's very relatable. Fairly young in the coaching world, but full of energy. I love him as a D coordinator. He's very transparent in what we're doing, based off what Coach Venables had going. Pretty much, similar, different changes, but that happens when new staff changes. But I really like him as a D staff, and we're starting to reap our benefits from what he's putting in, and believing in ourselves and being year 3 with this program, with the new staff.
When they're both on the field, is it hard to tell which one's talking because they sound alike?
It's not, because Coach B stands behind the offense, so his voice projects over Coach Alley's. But Yeah, a little bit. They kind of fairly similar. Sometimes I get them mixed up walking by, but yeah, they're fairly similar.
You got hurt. I mean, and you didn't know if you were going to be able to come back.